Happy Friday, folks, and hope all of you are having a great day so far. Now, Republican lawmakers in the Senate are now proposing their own version of Joe Biden's infrastructure bill. The bill could include a possible fourth stimulus payment, as well as an increase in your Social Security benefits by $200 a month. But folks, nothing has been signed yet, and our politicians in Congress are still working out the details. But I want to know what you guys think. Should we get a $1,000 stimulus check every single month until the crisis is over? And should your Social Security benefits be increased by $200 per month? If you believe so, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. So folks, Joe Biden will make a speech to Congress this week to outline his American Families Plan. According to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, the plan is expected to focus on policies, including paid family leave and community college. Jen Psaki also reiterated Joe Biden's pledge not to raise taxes on anyone making less than $400,000 a year. For now, everybody, the White House isn't giving any specifics on the fourth stimulus bill, but details have started to leak out about what Biden is aiming to be the second part of his infrastructure plan. The Washington Post has reported that childcare will be one of the largest efforts in the plan. Funding could be roughly $225 billion for this priority. Paid family leave is another key component of Biden's American Rescue Plan, everybody. In addition, guys, Joe Biden has stated that he wants 12 weeks of paid family and medical leave, and this could reportedly cost around $225 billion. Everybody, do you support a fourth stimulus check? If you do, then leave a comment down below saying, I agree. And First Lady Jill Biden said that the president is ready for big ideas and full action. Now folks, dozens of federal lawmakers are calling on the Biden administration to support increasing supplemental security income benefits, growing the asset limit, and making other changes to the program. And this is really good news, everybody. Members of Congress asking Joe Biden to include desperately needed improvements to SSI in his American Families Plan, which is set to be unveiled very soon. So yes, folks, we might actually see an increase for any of you guys that are on federal benefits like SSI or SSDI. But we're gonna have to wait and see what Joe Biden says on this. For now, 47 members of the Senate and House of Representatives wrote a letter to the President and Vice President. They urged that people with disabilities and adults receiving SSI are some of the most marginalized members of our society, and we must address their needs in the recovery effort. Folks, I want you to know this. SSI benefits currently go to about 8 million Americans, many of whom have disabilities. Individuals receive a maximum federal payment of $794 per month from the program, while couples can expect to see around $1,200 a month. Now, in order to remain eligible for this payment, individual beneficiaries can have no more than $2,000 to their names, and couples are limited to $3,000 in assets at any given time. In addition, everybody, the letter says that SSI should increase the amount of money that beneficiaries can earn before their benefits are reduced. The lawmakers want rules lowering benefits for those who marry, or if individuals accept food or shelter from friends and family, to be eliminated. It is likely, everybody, that Joe Biden will agree to these changes. Biden has already expressed support for Social Security and SSI during his campaign for the presidency. And now we're just going to have to wait and see what Joe Biden does on his American Families Plan.
Creation opportunities in history. Hundreds of billions of dollars are already being invested worldwide every year, supporting projects to help build resilient economies with net zero emission goals. But the private sector has more it can do and must do. Let's be clear, even then, the private sector can't meet these challenges alone. Governments need to step up and they need to lead. We have a role to play in making sure that material climate risks to financial systems are measured, disclosed, and mitigated. If Wall Street is pumping billions of dollars into businesses, it could be turned upside down when the next storm comes. And we know there will be more storms. Wall Street needs to make clear the risk it's taking on. Those dollars being invested are often the hard-earned savings of our workers, pensions. We can't take steps to protect our workers if we don't step up. We have to be able to move forward from the downside deal then into the upside and strengthen the resilience of our financial system. I've directed my team to develop an approach to do exactly that. You know, and all of our nations must stand together in shifting policies on public investment as well. You know, to invest in breakthrough technologies, to finally end fossil fuel subsidies, to help the world's most vulnerable nations, and those bearing the least responsibility for the climate crisis cope with the devastating impacts of climate crisis. To help developing economies leapfrog to clean technologies of tomorrow, to mobilize the trillions of dollars needed to make most of the opportunity to build a clean energy, job-rich path to meet our goals, to make sure that our climate response is about more than just building and developing new sectors, but also about international security, regional stability, food security, and gender and racial equality as well. Our shared goal of mobilizing $100 billion per year in developing countries is critical for achieving that. It's an investment that's going to pay significant dividends for all of us. And to help meet that goal, the United States will double its by 2024, our annual public climate financing development to developing countries. Compare that to what we were providing during the second half of the Obama-Biden administration. At the same time, we intend to triple our public financing for climate application in developing countries by 2024, recognizing the dividends that pays in reducing cost of disasters and conflicts are avoided. Our Development Finance Corporation is committing to net zero emissions through its investment portfolio by 2040 and to increase climate-focused investments to 33% of all new investments beginning in 2023, the earliest of any country. In addition, today we are issuing America's first ever International Climate Finance Plan. This plan represents our vision for financing the global climate response in a coordinated way. It lays out specific steps that federal agencies of the United States will take to increase both the quality and quantity of climate financing. And it will help us spur the private sector to contribute more to climate solutions in developing nations and here at home as well. This moment demands urgency. Good ideas and good intentions aren't good enough. We need to ensure that the financing will be there, both public and private, to meet the moment on climate change and to help us seize the opportunity for good jobs, strong economies, and a more secure world.
But the GOP proposal for the next infrastructure bill includes around $300 billion for roads and bridges, $61 billion for public transit systems, and $20 billion for railroads. It would also provide more than $61 billion to improve ports and waterways. Everybody, we're going to have to wait and see what the fourth stimulus bill is going to be about.